Company, form up first company! Third fourth company, form up behind!
Ladies and gentlemen!
That they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
We had a session yesterday where we looked at different parts of different films, and it was interesting to go back and look at it. Your impression of your work changes, after you've been away from it for a while. And we looked at pieces of Thin Red Line, Braveheart, Almost Famous. There was various sequences in there that, at the time, were sort of okay, and now I'm more appreciative of them. There's a couple of montages in the Thin Red Line that came together in the editing room that were cut to music, that were absolutely fantastic and had a whole other emotional appeal. It came together essentially in the edit, And we accumulated a lot of images that were extremely powerful, and then when put together it was fantastic. The character Bell, a couple of pieces of the montage with him and his wife, her on a swing, him walking through the jungle in Guadalcanal, him on the beach looking at an island. And it's incredibly impressionistic and very powerful. And put together with the music that it is, it has real emotional impact. It's all about story. Telling a story with images and constructing images that somehow convey an idea, a philosophical approach. Basically, it's telling a story with images that are powerful, make sense. It took a while to develop that script because the nature of the novel was so unique. And I think there were several versions of the script that were put together prior to the final version that we shot. The script that we shot was the only version that I actually saw. Just in terms of the challenges were basically trying to establish the progression in the different historical periods, how that related to the story overall. Lana and Lily and Tom Tykwer worked very closely with David Mitchell, the author of the novel, in terms of trying to adapt the novel to a cohesive script, which was quite challenging given the nature of the whole idea of the story. Once it came together, then we just came up with a production plan about how to go about doing it. And the fact that we had two individual units shooting simultaneously, each shooting half of the movie, was pretty interesting as just in terms of a production approach. But it was a great, we worked very, very closely. It was a great collaboration between all the directors and then individual crews, because we had two completely separate units working independently, pretty much at the same time in different countries. But always communicating and sharing these actors. The actors are basically flying back and forth because the actors play so many characters in the film. So it was an incredibly challenging production structure, but it was all based on a very cohesive and well-organized creative plan. Well, it's all part of a production plan. In visual effects, films are heavily dependent on pre-visualization and storyboarding, and so as much as possible you're trying to have those plans in place before you start shooting. Not every single shot, but there needs to be an overall plan and an overall scheme. That was the approach in Cloud Atlas, and because obviously Lana and Lily had a huge visual effects background, so it's all about planning and careful execution.